It's a Friday fact. Friday. It's a Friday fact, yeah.
I've been waiting all week for this.
A new fact every Friday. It's a Friday fact.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Friday Fact. This week's tip is about something that can change the way you think about architecting logic apps standard solutions. We're going to look at how you can call one workflow from another inside the same logic app, with no HTTP request, no exposed endpoint, and no added cost. The typical instinct when a workflow gets too big is to split it into multiple smaller ones and wire them together via HTTP. It works, but it's the expensive way to do it. You're adding network latency on every single execution. You got an endpoint you now need to secure and manage, and you've introduced new failure points, timeouts, auth errors, network blips. All of that just to call logic that already lives in the same app. The cleaner solution is the built-in call workflow in this logic app action. Because all workflows in a logic app's standard resource share the same host, they can talk to each other in process. No HTTP involved at all. You add the action to your parent workflow, pick the child workflow from a drop-down, pass in your inputs, and that's it. The child just needs a request trigger to receive those inputs and return a response. A few things to be aware of. First, the child workflow needs a request trigger. That's how it accepts inputs. Second, this only works within the same logic app resource, not across different ones. Third, the call is synchronous, meaning the parent waits for the child to complete. So think about your timeout configurations. And finally, whatever state the child workflow is in at deploy time is what Azure will run. The benefits are real. Zero network overhead. Everything stays in process. No HTTP URL means no endpoint to secure, rotate keys on, or accidentally leak. It encourages you to build smaller, reusable workflow modules that you can compose freely. And because each workflow logs independently, your run histories stay clean and are much easier to trace when something goes wrong. The bottom line, if your workflows already live in the same logic app, use this action. Think of your workflows like functions inside one application. Modular, composable, and efficient. That's this week's Friday Fact. Thanks, everyone.